So wonderful, energetic young people we have.
Subramanian has to leave at 1:30. We have to start his.
Purnamadaha Purnamidam. Yes, sir? What he was telling? Purnat Purnam Udachate. Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnam Iva Anushyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. He was telling about that, our chief guest. The outer world is full of divine consciousness. The inner world is full of divine consciousness. From fullness of divine consciousness, the world is manifested. Because of divine consciousness, there is no duality. It is infinite. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I am a bit surprised when our learned colleague has stated that I should speak for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and then I know that it is the dictation of our chairman. Dr. S.C. Vats, he may be denying, but it is a fact. It is a fact. You believe me, not him in this context. Because the galaxy of scientists, learned persons, they are trying to cross the ocean of knowledge in a well-built ship, whereas persons like me, we are trying to cross the ocean of knowledge in a raft. They will be reaching the destiny. I do not know I will be reaching or not. That is primarily my concern. One point which I would like to tell you, if at all under the sky, if I hear anyone and oblige, it is only Dr. S.C. Vats, a visionary who has built this institution. But for regulatory restrictions, I would have said emphatically that this institution would have started its branches elsewhere in other countries also. Yes or no? Very weak response. When he was telling about Sydney, our chief guest, I thought over that. If the chance has been given to us, there are no regulatory restrictions of the government or the university, he would have started elsewhere. And his grandchildren or persons like us, we would have been thrown there to manage. My friends, intellectually challenging, socially relevant, professionally competent courses he has chosen and he is offering through this great institution. It is our fortune today to have our chief guest, Bhushan Patwardhan. I know him for several years. He may be knowing only for rather now or just few days back when his book was released. From pure scientist, he has become meta-scientist. Wonderful. Through his book, I read some portions of his book. It is wonderful. And a remarkable contribution you can see from Professor Mahadevan. I read his book. He started with this book with a sloka from Bhagavad Gita. Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitra miha vidyate. 4.38. you started your book. The previous sloka says, my friends, which meaning is that jnanagni daddha karmanam. Different wording may be there. The meaning is that your results of striving personally will not inflict you if you have the jnana. Everything is in cause and effect model, my dear friends. Whether it is ancient knowledge or modern knowledge, everything is in cause and effect model, and we are having imbibed in ourselves, even without notice. Even rickshaw puller will act like that. Even rickshaw puller automatically acts in that particular manner, my dear friends. Basmat krutite tadha, that was what it has been stated in the previous sloka. And then how do you get the jnana? Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. That is another one. I am going to stop. Huh? You need not rather. Yes. Am I correct? There is a conspiracy. All the 200 or 300 participants here have seen that conspiracy is going on. And then when they were referring to, there are one or two points which I wanted to raise because of the presence of Professor Mahadevan, but I would not rather tell. Everybody was speaking about science, engineering, taking it as a subject or a discipline. What do you mean by science? What do you mean by science? My dear friends, it is a systematic accumulation of knowledge. It doesn't go with the subject, it goes with the method. Agreed? Nobody agrees because all of engineering people. Science goes with the method. It is systematic accumulation of knowledge. My dear friends, I tell you, Albert Einstein has stated very clearly that it is a refinement of everyday knowledge. And it is rather refinement of our common sense. A systematic method if you go, even if you go with any other subject. Professor Mahadevan has touched upon governance. Not only governance, entire universe is governed by cosmic order. When it came to human being, it is with dharma. Without speaking about or conceptualizing about dharma, one cannot proceed. When you enter into the portals of Supreme Court, my dear friends, you will find yato dharma tato jayah. In the Supreme Court, elsewhere in our parliamentary buildings, old building, Satyameva Jayate you see. From where you got these things? Satyameva Jayate, from Taittreya Samhita you got, and Yato Dharma Tato Jaya. It is not Lord Krishna, it is not Yudhishthir, it is not any other wonderful Vyasa Maharshi and others. It is Gandhari who says, when Suyodhan comes for the blessings, what is that dharma? Yato dharma tato jaya. Dharayite iti dharma. If anything that puts together is dharma, that divides is adharma. Entire Indian system revolves around that particular point. It is for uniting, not for dividing. When they said that, then they were telling why it should be Indian knowledge system. Why can't it be Bharatiya knowledge system? My dear friends, when our knowledge started, there is no other culture, no other knowledge system elsewhere. It is universal knowledge system. Not Indian knowledge system or Bharat knowledge system or whatever parampara you say, it is universal. Because we got everything. Ashwadha Vruksha, you have seen in Bhagavad Gita. The roots are reversed. If you visit library near, there is that figure also. Vedah kakilo dharma moolam smriti vilecha tadvidam acharachaiva sadhunam atmanam tishtirevacha. These are the sources of our dharma, my dear friends. Nobody has rather alienated. Let noble thoughts come from everywhere. Srutihi smritihi sadachara swasya cha prayamatmanam etat chaturvidaha prahu sakshat dharmasya lakshanam. Let us unify the knowledge and achieve the universality. Nothing can be achieved only in the classrooms. Nothing can be achieved only here in some parts of India. They should be universalized. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.